With the contract of Commissioner of Baseball Robert D. Manfred Jr. set to expire in January of 2029, we have decided to act in a proactive manner in regards to selecting our next commissioner. So, please welcome the 11th Commissioner of Baseball, the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Thank you all for being here today. We did it, everyone. We finally got Rob Manfred out of baseball. Can you believe the job he did? I don't think anyone can. He was a horrible commissioner. All these changes to the game he made, I just knew that if we don't get him out soon, we're not going to have a league. We're not going to have a league anymore if we don't do something. That's why I wish I could take over now instead of waiting nearly 4 more years, because now he sees himself as a lame duck. He's going to do whatever he wants and whatever comes to mind, which is what he's been doing this whole time, actually. I mean, take a look at all these things he's done to our beautiful game. Pitch clocks. I mean, baseball's always been a game without a time limit. Now we have a time limit. I mean, George Carlin noted this in a stand-up routine he had. He said, we never know when baseball will end. We may even have extra innings, while a game like football will always end, even if we have to go to sudden death. But we don't have sudden death in baseball, do we? No, we don't. But if Manfred gets any powerful, we might have sudden death pretty soon. We can't let that happen. We have to protect our beautiful game from tyrants like this. Speaking of tyrants, what about these players who don't know how to act? Marcell Ozuna, Hector Oliveira, Wander Franco, and worst of all, Bryce Harper. Can you believe the abuse these players inflict on others, whether it be their spouses or partners, or even their own teammates? They do that. Their own teammates, coaches, or umpires. We have to protect our umpires, don't we? If we don't have umpires, we can't have a game. You don't have a game. You can't play without our dedicated umpires on the field. You just can't do it. But more importantly, we cannot allow our players to cause physical harm to other people anymore, no matter who they are. Some of them even harm themselves, you know. Yes, some of them do. They stab themselves with needles to get stronger. They take these PEDs, these performance-enhancing drugs. We have PEDs flowing into our league, and no one's stopping them. We have to secure our league. We must secure our league. If we don't, we're not going to have a game. We're not going to have a fair and honest game. We must have free, fair, and honest games. And you want to talk about fair and honest? What about a runner on second base and extra innings? What a horrible rule this is. I mean, he's just put there like it's a birthright, and then it's the easiest run to score in baseball. Now pitchers' run totals have gone to hell, or actually we don't know where they've gone because we don't know what counts for or against them or not anymore thanks to this rule. It's a horrible thing for our game. We can't let it continue. We must maintain the integrity of our game. And if we're going to do that, we have to stop these players having sex with the garbage. Have you heard about this? Most people don't even bring it up because it's so embarrassing, but in the dugouts, they're banging the trash. They're banging the trash now. I don't know how much this helps the players in the game. Probably not a lot, since they're so tired by the time they walk up to the plate, but it's a disgusting thing that we have to stop. At least this one thing Manfred did right. He got rid of their orgy leader, their manager Hench. Manager Hench. You know, I have a hench that there's a reason the Tigers were able to beat those Astros this year. I don't know about you, but I can't help but think about it. Something else that no one has liked, and thankfully we're getting rid of it next year. What about these hideous uniforms the players have been forced to wear during the All-Star games? These are the best players in the game, and they're being dressed up like piñatas. Perhaps it's to draw in more illegal aliens into our country and into our league that, again, we must secure more Mexicans streaming into our league so they can bang the piñatas. First we're banging the trash, and now we're banging the piñatas. What a terrible thing going on. I can't even wrap my mind around it. These stars look horrible as they're playing in one of our greatest events of the season. Thank gosh we're getting back to players wearing their own team's uniforms for All-Star games. That's how it was when I was growing up. When I was young in New York, I watched the Yankees, the Phillies, the Red Sox, and even the Giants when they were in New York, and I still kept an eye on their box scores and televised games when I could after they moved to San Francisco. And the game was so much different back then, so much better. Players wore their uniforms and were proud to. Now they had so many accessories that you can't even tell they're wearing the same uniform because they all look so different. I grew up watching the likes of Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, and even as I grew older into my teenage and young adult years when I wasn't playing myself, and I was one of the greatest players in New York when I was young. I'm sure you've heard that. But when I wasn't playing, I saw some great young stars come up in the big leagues. They were Dick Allen, Pete Rose, Joe Pepitone, Lou Brock, Sandy Koufax, Al Kaline, and so many others. Pete Rose, how about him? They kept a grudge against him for all these years, and now he's gone. Now he's gone. He'll never see himself in the Hall of Fame with the greats, but we all know he's one of them. Yes, we do. Joe Pepitone, I remember him too. We both have very specific hair routines we did when getting ready for the day. Actually, he invited me to come to the Yankees exhibition game against the new Houston Astros when that wonderful Astrodome opened. What a wonderful building at Baseball Palace that we must do something about, frankly. It was the eighth wonder of the world. Now it's sitting there overshadowed by the new football stadium, collecting dust and rust. Dust and rust. What a shame. What a tragedy. We're going to do something with the Astrodome. Don't worry, Houston fans. We're going to take care of it. But I went with Joe, and I saw the Astrodome in 1965 when it opened. What a magnificent ballpark. I walked in, I said, wow, what a magnificent ballpark. The colored seats, you know, the color of the writing and stuff on your ticket was the color of the section you were sitting in. The iconic scoreboard after a home run or a win, the tall ceiling. I could look up and say, wow, what a tall ceiling. Later on, the AstroTurf, and even the orange decorated uniforms the Astros wore at one point. What a fantastically promoted organization. Great marketing there. It's too bad they traded so many great players. Rusty Staub, Mike Cuellar, Dave Justy, Jerry Grody, Sonny Jackson. So many guys, or they would have won a World Series, in my opinion. I know because I actually kept up with the Astros after the Dome opened because I liked seeing that building and was just fascinated by it. And I wanted to see the team go to the World Series so I could watch on TV and see the Astrodome again. If you want to really see what the team could have done without those awful trades and moves made by Spec Richardson, what a loser, what a loser, what a horrible GM Spec Richardson was, what a loser Spec was. If you want to see how good those Astros should have been, a really good young man is writing a book all about it. He's really good using research and math to find out how much the Astros would have won. Samuel Barrett, where is he? Is he here? Where's Samuel? I don't know if he's here or not, but he's a fantastic guy. Everyone look out for his book. I can't wait to see it. Even the players they did have, Jimmy Wynn, the toy cannon, small guy who could hit home runs in the large Astrodome. Larry Dierker, a phenomenal and vastly underrated pitcher. They were fantastic too. Guys like them, as well as Tony Perez, Billy Williams, Lou Piniella, Reggie Jackson, Frank Howard, Maury Wells, and players all across both leagues at that time. They carried themselves with class. They played the game right. They dressed like it was an honor to play. The button-up shirt, the belts on the pants, the shined black spikes. Now no one shines their shoes anymore. They don't shine their shoes anymore, at least not the same way. Even the ballparks were better. They looked like churches. That's why they're sometimes called cathedrals. Forbes Field, Crosley Field, Tiger Stadium, Shibe Park, Connie Mack Stadium in Philadelphia. And what about two absolute jewels? Fenway Park and the original Yankee Stadium. What amazing structures they were. Luckily, Fenway is still standing, and so is Wrigley Field in Chicago. We love Wrigley Field, don't we? Now they look like spaceships. Now the ballparks look like spaceships, and you have to go through like TSA just to get inside. It's horrible what we have to do to protect people. Anyway, I got sidetracked. I got carried down memory lane. I've loved my life, you know. I don't have to be here. I don't have to be doing this. I could be on a golf course, enjoying my life, spending more time with Baron, my wonderful son. People ask me sometimes, why are you doing this? Why are you becoming the commissioner of baseball? Well, it's because I believe our game is in trouble and we have to fix it. We have to make it better. We have to lower your ticket prices. We have to lower your concession prices. We have to lower your souvenir prices. We just have to. Without our loyal fans, we're not going to have a league anymore. We're not going to have a game anymore. And we can't let that happen. Baseball is America's pastime, and we have to make it great. We have to make it great again. Just as I made America great again, I will make baseball great again. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless our great game. Thank you very much.